the previous lesson I was explaining about the purpose of the radio waves as well as the microwave signals, right? When we talk about the radio wave signal, that signal which are used for the radio communication or TV communication or TV broadcasting as well as the radio signal broadcasting like FM and as well as AM. When we consider about the microwaves, that microwave signal which are used especially in the radar naval communications, right? When we talk about that infrared waves, right? This the frequency or the wavelength which vary from the 750 nanometers. So here this wavelength or wavelength of this infrared signal which varies from 750 nanometers to 1 millimeter, right? Might be the 1 millimeter at the far end, right? And the best example I could quote here for the application of infrared rays or whatever the remote control which we are using in our day-to-day life, TV remote, maybe the other Bluetooth remote, maybe the other dish TV remote, all these remote which uses the infrared signals. Also, I could say that in the earlier generation, people are in the earlier generation of mobile phones, they are used the infrared signal before before invention of the Bluetooth technologies, and the people they have used infrared signal where the file will be transferred from one mobile to other mobile using the infrared rays or infrared signals. Right, in that cases, suppose if these are the two mobile no, which has to be kept very close to each other in order to transmit one image, it may take some more than a minute, right? Infrared signal which no which will transfer the signal at the lower rate, but it takes more than 5 minutes to transfer a simple or single image from one mobile phone to other mobile phone. But the thing is that we need to keep very close to the each other, then only the data transmission will be possible. In the earlier telecommunication mobile phone, they were using the infrared signals for no transfers. Other than that, the some other application I could say that, right, the thermal cameras I could say that, night visions where and also I was explaining about the military people, right? And they will be using that. See, it will know based on the thermal images, right? Every object, right? The blood circulation or breathing, in case if it finds any obstacle wherever the heat is there, so that will be easily recognized by using the infrared signals, right? And probably, and you might have seen that every CCTV cameras, no, which is no have the infrared lights. So that infrared which are no have the capacity to take the images even if there is no light, right? Based on the thermal image scanning, right? So this is again I was explaining about the CCTV cameras, right? And weather satellite images, right? Again, which will be used to identify the cloud heights and then types. So based on that infrared signals, as well as in order to identify that the land surfaces as well as water temperatures, right? So here this infrared signal which are used to measure the temperatures, as well as it is used to locate the ocean surface features, right? And in the communication in the naval in the naval transportations, right? So this infrared signal which will be majorly used to find the surfaces, maybe the temperature and other things, right? So again, in some of the applications, right, this the infrared signal which is used to remove the ice from the wings of the aircrafts. So this signal, no, which will be used, or this will be passed on the what I could say that on the ice cubes, right, which is present on the wings. So that will be the ice cube which is present in the wings that will be removed in the aircraft with the help of the infrared signals. Now, I was explaining about that the infrared signals. The line of sight. Even in both the microwave signals as well as the infrared signal. So that follows that the line of sight. When we talk about the line of sight, so here this is one base station. I could say that the transmitter. So again, so this is another base station or transmitter, right? Now, both these transmitter as well as receiver. When we consider about this, so this is the receiver. Now, this is the transmitter according to the first base station. When I take about the second transmitter, now this is the transmitter and now this is the receiver, right? Both the transmitter as well as received are kept in a straight line, that so that the signal will be transmitted to each other in a straight line. So what will happen? Suppose if is there any obstacle present in between these things? Again, so definitely there will be loss of signals. So this, not to avoid that, so normally this, so you may find that a multiple on a base station where you'll find the transmitter as well as receivers. Definitely there will be the line of sight that will be followed, and multiple transmitter as well as receiver which are kept in the base stations, right? So the one thing you need to remember is that when we talk about line of sight, transmitter of one station and the receiver of the another station or receiving station, both these things that should kept in a straight line. Very similar to that, the all other entities that should be kept in a straight line, so that without any restriction or abstraction, the signal will be transmitted one place to other places using a straight line signals. So this is called a point to point communication. So this point to point communication which can be achieved with the help of a line of sight concept. Next, we will discuss about visible light communications, right? And so this, when you talk about the visible light communications, right, which no completely based on whatever the signals which we can see, right? Again, so there are different colors we can see that, right? And so this signals, the visible light signal, which will use to carry the informations, right? So along with that, the light signals, right, and some other informations will be combined with the signals. The light signal which capable of transmitting the signals, that information along with the signals, right? So these signals are sent by modulating them on off patterns to transmit the zero and ones. Right? When you talk about digital transmission, zero is off and then one is on. Based on the specific pattern, the signal will be transmitted combined with the light signal. So that will be used to transmit with the help of the light signals. When we talk about the photoreceptor, phototransmitter, so here the modulation and the demodulation takes place. When you talk about the demodulation, I mean modulation will takes place from the optical signal to the electrical signals, or electrical signal to the optical signals. So that will be transmitted through the visible lights, and in the reverse side, demodulation will takes place right from the visible or optical signals to the electrical signals. By the way, that modulation and then demodulation takes place at the sending end as well as the receiving end, right? So that the receiving end, they will be receiving the complete informations, right? Again, so in the year of 2011, I would say that one professor, and he was explaining about the light features, right? Normally we are saying about the Wi-Fi, very similar to that. So in future, there could be possibility that, so there could be the technology which can be evolved that we call as the Li-Fi, light fidelity. So that light signal which will be used for transmitting the signal, how we are using the radio signal for Wi-Fi. Very similar to that, maybe in future the light signal which will be used for the further communication uses. So that was the maybe evolving technology which may comes in future. Next, we will discuss about some of the advantages of the visible lights over the radio signals. The first thing is that it's ultra high speed. Because the light signal which transfers right at the highest speed, at 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second, and then high security, and then biologically friendly communication. So this light signal, which will not affect the human beings when we consider about the radio frequencies, so that are really harmful to the human beings, right? As I gave the multiple examples, right? Again, the another example which is all-time availability. So these are the some of the visible spectrum, right? And we'll be talking about the range, which is the different colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, or the colors of the visible spectrum, right? So this visible lights which will be used for the specific applications, like like the cameras, whatever the digital camera which you are using, or the normal camera which uses the mobile phones, right? Whatever the mobile phone which you are using the cameras, all these camera which uses the visible lights or visible spectrum, right? As well as for some other illumination purposes, 3D and other kind of thing. So here there's the visible spectrum which will be majorly used. Next, I will be discussing about ultraviolet radiations. When we talk about the ultraviolet signals or ultraviolet radiations, right? So here, these wavelengths are just shorter than the visible light. So here, the frequency when compared with the frequency of this ultraviolet radiation, which will be the frequency is higher than that the visible lights, but this ultraviolet signals or this radiation which helps in the human body, that so this will stimulate the production of vitamin D in the skins. It is in the form of the predefined measure. Suppose it exceeds a certain threshold value, again the too much exposure to the ultraviolet rays can damage or kill living cells. So it can really, if we are exposing with that more than the threshold value, so definitely, so this ultraviolet radiation which will be harmful to the human beings. So some other application which used, where these ultraviolet radiations are used, right, and UV rays are used in the sterilization and disinfection. So I think you might have heard about the water purifiers, right? You might have heard about the different water purifier where they are using the sterilization process, right, and no alkaline process, all these things, right, where they are using that ultraviolet radiations, right? When we talk about this, so you might have got in the advertisement that UV radiated, UV treated RO water, reverse osmosis water. How many of you heard this word? Ultraviolet treated water, UV treated. When you saw the advertisements of the water purifier, and they will be mentioning that it is ultraviolet treated, no, the water purifier. So, have anyone heard about it? Ultraviolet U based the water purifier? Quickly write in the chat box. Yes. Yes, yes. So that the ultraviolet rays, no, which are used for sterilization, and that will use germs as well as bacteria which present. Is there any, if any contaminations or any insects present in the water? So that ultraviolet rays will be passed in that, and that the water purification is done. Very similar to that. Here you can see the second image that it is exposed. So suppose in case if any no infected cell which is present in the skin, with the help of the ultraviolet radiations, we can cure it. Right? So these are the some of the example of the ultraviolet radiations. So here, see here in this example, this is water purifier, very similar to that. The ultraviolet radiation which is passed to the water, so that will kills any dirty or any germs which is present in the drinking water. So this is some of the applications through which the ultraviolet radiation can be used in a multiple ways. Next, we'll discuss about the X-rays, and everyone you might be heard about the X-rays, right? And wherever you go to hospital, right? And in case if you got any fractures, or someone if no got any fracture or any illnesses, right? And immediately they'll be sent, or they'll be doctor will be suggesting them to take X-ray, right? So when we talk about X-ray, so this is again another category of the frequency spectrum, right? Or so they cannot see or felt. X-rays are mostly passed through the skin, but they do not easily pass through the bones or metals. So in order to suppose if the doctor wanted to diagnose case of any the bone movement, or might be any fracture or any swell, right? In that cases, what they will do now, no, you will be called, or you will be allowed to enter into the specific room, and then you will be given a dress, right? And you need to wear that. After that, the X-ray machine, they will be passing from toe to head wherever it is required, right? And based on that, wherever the X-ray signals are passed or rays are passed, right, those signals which will capture your complete informations, right? Based on that, your the photograph will be uh, captured, right? So that will take the complete structure of the human skeleton as well as the structure of bones, which really helps the doctors to identify that where exactly is there any blockage or any damage which has happened in the bone in some other part of the human body also, right? Other than that, in some other places where these X-rays are used are the airports. Whenever you are trying to travel in a plane, and you need to move into the airport, right? In the immigration side, and they will be doing the complete scanning. Maybe this might be possible everywhere, wherever you go, whether where the security it is imposed, right? Where high security is required. Excuse me, I am getting a call. Good afternoon, ma'am. Okay. Ma'am, as per the online lecture schedule, ma'am, we have, yes, ma'am, all together one batch. Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry, I got some official call. Okay, so wherever you go, any maybe the railway station or no the airport where no you will be scanned completely, and so here the screening process will be done. So in order to identify the is there any no harmful devices or harmful things which are carrying, right? So that will be used. This X-rays will be used to do this screening process. So these are the some of the applications where the X-ray rays are used in the specific purpose. Next, we'll be discussing about the gamma radiations. When you talk about the gamma radiations, so these radiations are these energies which is no most energetic wavelengths of the light. I could say that. So in the diagram, I was explaining about that the radio wave which have the larger in wavelength. When we talk about the gamma radiation, which is shorter in wavelength. So this is when you talk about the wavelength, this is less than 0.05 nanometer, right? So this which will used for only the specific purposes, right? Maybe which will be used to treat small cells or particles, right? These are used for cancer treatments, right? In case if it is any clots present in the human body, that clots will be removed with the help of this gamma radiations, and sterilize medical equipment in the hospitals, and then the other pasteurize the certain foods and the spices, right, in order for the future use. So these are the some of the places where the gamma radiation is used. Is there any doubt? Someone is writing in the chat box. Okay. All are instructed to write your attendance in the chat box in case if you missed it. So I was explaining, and Bharat was asking that how we can remember this, the frequencies. Is it really necessary to remember this frequency? I was talking about that. The general category. So these are the radio frequency. I was talking about that. The radio frequencies. That was the first frequency I explained. When comes under the radio frequency, again this radio frequency which was divided into different categories, right? So here the extreme low frequency, you remember that 30s to 300 Hz and 300s to 3000 and 3 kilohertz to 30 kilohertz. By the way, you can add 110s, 3 to 30, 300 to 3000, 3 to 3 kilohertz, kilohertz, megahertz, megahertz, gigahertz. By the way, you can remember all the frequencies. Is it clear, Bharat, now? So it's very simple trick. You can remember the frequency of the different the radio frequency wavelength. The first one is that extremely low frequency, right? And then voice frequency, and then very low frequency, medium frequency, high frequency, very high frequency. Depends upon the cycle or the frequency. Again, it is classified, right? Again, when you talk about the last one, which is the extreme high frequencies, which is 3 to 300 gigahertz. So this was used in the gamma rays. Is it clear now? Okay. The PPT for the same, right? I already uploaded in the drive, right? Or also you can check in your Moodle account in the first slide, and you will be getting that the slides, lecture slides, chapter wise. And if you click on that link, and that will not take you to the folder. Inside the folder, I uploaded all the lecture slides which I am going to cover in the chapter one. Whatever I covered, whatever I am going to cover, everything which I have already shared with you, and you can make use of it. And so this is again the different based on the gigahertz frequency, right? The radio frequency which is band are assigned, right? And 1 to 2 again L band, 2 to 4 S band, and 4 to 8 C band, right? Now the government, they are trying to allocate the Q band. So when we talk about, see, we are talking about 4G 5G frequencies, right? Now, so it is really expected that the government, they will be allocating the frequencies. So these the certain frequencies will be used for K band, Ka band, and then Q band. When you talk about the Q band, so we are expecting the frequency from this 12.4 gigahertz to 18 gigahertz. So this frequency will be used for the 5G communications. When you talk about this, the Ka band, so this frequency which is used for the military communications. Okay, next I'll give the touch with that the basics of the data, right. When we talk about the signals, all the signals which are used to carry out the signals. I mean all the radio waves and then gamma waves, all the visible lights, all these lights which are capable of carrying the signals. When you talk about the signals or the data, right, data may be that any type of information, whether it could be the voice information or might be the SMS or might be the image or video, all these things, right, which will be these data, which will be converted into digital and the digital information. So that will be transmitted to the along with the radio waves, right. The data transmission is the communication of the data by the transmission or propagation of electromagnetic signals through either wired or wireless medium. So here already you would have studied in the computer network, right? The communication may happen through the wired medium or wireless medium. This mobile communication concept, which completely comes under that, the wireless communications, right? Again, the signals can be electrical or electromagnetic representation of the data, right? Here again, so these are the some of the representation of the analog signal as well as digital signals, right. When we talk about the analog signal or the continuous signal, so which will represent in like a sine wave forms. When you talk about the digital signals, right, where the ups and downs, right, where periodically, I mean the value will be no increase and decrease, zeros and ones, right. This is the difference between analog signal and then digital signal. When we talk about the digital signals, so this could be called as a discrete or discontinuous signals, right. It may zero or it may one, right. So maybe zero or one. In case if the signal is off, it will be zero. In case the signal is on, it will be one. With this, we are coming to the end of this session. And if you have any doubts, you can quickly write in a chat box. Any doubts so far which I explained about the radio frequency, electromagnetic waves? What are the things you're supposed to remember is that first you need to remember about that what is meant by frequency, wavelength, and then time. And what is meant by that, I could say that uh, the uh, the frequency, wavelength, amplitude, right. Then we need to remember about that the different 7 regions of the signals categorization, right. Radio signal, microwave signal, infrared signal, visible lights, and then no X-ray, and then gamma signals, ultraviolet signal, which was comes in between the visible and then X-rays, right? So these are the things you need to remember, and then you need to know the frequency range where that specific radio signal which lies, and then you need to remember the different application where these signal used. Right? Do you have any doubts other than this? Any doubts? Quickly you can write in the chat box.